Okay, good evening, everyone. I am just testing something right now, this is only a test. There is no, as you can see on the radar right now, there is nothing happening in Ellis County at the moment, so no severe weather or anything to talk about. It's just stupid hot and humid right now. But if you will notice, there is less of a footprint from me on the screen. That's what I've kind of changed here, and I wanted to get something. I've got a green screen behind me now, and I wanted to get something where, of course, my hand is going out of the screen there, but that's fine. I wanted to get something where I could be a little there was a little less of my camera and everything in the way. So I wanted to do that, and from what I'm looking at, it looks pretty good. Let me just check the YouTube stream here. And there's going to be a lot of silence because I'm kind of checking things over here. So everything looks that looks good. YouTube stream looks good. Matt, what are you seeing? What are you? Looks great. Sounds great. Cool. And let's see. The radar, that looks even better. I can actually take that top section off too. So no tornado warning. I just needed to test that banner there to see how that looked. Cool, and I'll probably scoot that green screen back a little bit because I am like up close and personal with this camera. Let's see. Okay. All right, cool. So this may look more like kind of a gamer view, kind of what you would see like when you've got a game going on. But this is just I'll check something here. I think that this looks better aesthetically because I'm taking up less of the screen. Any feedback from anybody? What you think? Feels weird going live. I haven't done this in a while. It's kind of nice to actually be doing this. And funny enough, even with the stream, with the green screen and everything, I actually look better, I think. Yeah, I think I look better a little bit than I have before. Maybe because the camera's doing a little less work. And you know what's funny? As I point that way, I am pointing the total opposite direction. And here's the thing, that's why, like, I am pointing, when I'm looking at the camera, when I'm pointing this direction, I'm a little disoriented. So that's what they talk about when you're doing a green screen. When you're doing a full green screen where you've got the radar behind you and everything. It's hard to get used to that. It's really hard to get used to. So yeah, it's a little weird. I just put the forecast out, the Outlook, so go check that out. And I'm hearing that the microphone is clipping a little bit, so I might have to kind of play with that a little bit. Mark, the rain is not anywhere darn near close enough. That's where the rain is. I mean, I can show you there is just diddly squat going on anywhere around us. Anything you see on the radar is just ground clutter. That's all just ground clutter. That's all it is. There's nothing fun going on. What time is it? 9 o'clock? I wonder if we can go down to the hill country here. Catch any bats. Oh, yes, look at it. Okay, look. Teachable moment. Check this out. Boom! You see that? Right around Round Rock. That is most likely bats. Okay, when you see it go out in all directions like that, when there's obviously not rain, just out in all directions right around sunset, that is the bats, baby. That's cool. Right around San Antonio, probably the same thing. Yep. You see it there a little bit, and then right around San Antonio, bam. That is probably the bats waking up for the night. That is cool. You know what's funny? If I wanted to, I could be a jerk. It's right in the middle of the thing, just obnoxious. But I'm not. I just sit here in my little corner, you know. But yeah, that is bats. That is really neat. But nothing here. Nothing going on here. Just you know, boring, hot, just heat. I got nothing for you. I got no help. And, you know, people were going crazy with me. When I posted the NOAA, the NOAA outlook, that we were going to have a cooler than usual August, people were like, "What are you talking about?" Because when people think cooler, they take it to the nth degree. They think, you know, that it's going to be like what, 70s or something. I don't know. You have to understand. You have to understand that, like, cooler than usual in August means anything under 100 degrees, essentially. So that's kind of what we're looking at. You know, this actually gives me a chance to test some other things too. And I appreciate all of the people that are still watching. I don't know how this is interesting, but you know, I try to take a chance to get things ready before severe weather season. And of course the fall is kind of, we call that severe weather season 2 or second severe weather season or something like that, because different things happen. You know, you have the seasonal transition there, which always causes convection and trepidatious weather in North Texas, because you have those air masses that start to go battle again, and you have hurricanes, and those can cause severe weather at times, you know, when those come up from the Gulf. So I want to be ready before fall. And you know, the green screen behind me was another part of that. Just trying to be ready for everybody. Obviously I can't go too far out or my hand just disappears over there. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's confusing. But, you know, better to be prepared and get through some of these kinks and bugs and things now, rather than doing all of that. So I'll tell you, the only place that there's storms right now is up in Iowa. They're dealing with some tornadoes up there, but that is all the way in Iowa. nowhere near here. And I'm not going to put that on the radar because I know somebody's going to go on here and flip out. So we're not going to be doing any examination of any tornadoes in Iowa, because if I put that on the screen, there's going to be people that absolutely lose their minds. So yeah, I am probably going to go ahead and wrap this up. Matt, is there anything else we should visit here? Anything else we should cover? David Hatley, you're exactly right. The October 2010 tornado that went through the Rice area. Yeah. We've had tornadoes the day after Christmas. I mean, it's just, all times a year, severe weather, can happen. So it's definitely possible at any time. So, thank you everybody for jumping in and kind of giving your feedback. I try to test these things live, again, when there's nothing happening, so that when severe weather is going on, I have a better chance to just focus on what's happening instead of trying to deal with bugs and tricks and things. So I'm going to go pick up my late dinner. I have housework to do because I've been doing many other things today, and then go to work bright and early tomorrow and work my tail off all week during the day, and then come home, do this in the evenings, and just continue to do what I do. So thank you everybody for jumping into what I'm sure was an incredibly boring situation. I'm excited. See, the cool thing about the green screen behind me was from Amazon, and it actually collapses. So it goes down into a long tube, and it goes down and locks up, and then you just put it aside and it's out of the way, because I use this, you've seen me, I use this where this setup is actually in the background, so I use this studio for a couple different things, and so it's been really, really great to get this and be able to have a versatile studio experience for you. So I'm going to wrap it up and go get dinner and then get to work on the 4 other things I have to do tonight. So thank you all. And I think some of you even sent stars during this thing. Thank you for that. That always helps. If you are looking at becoming, if you're looking at becoming a sponsor of Ellis County Weather or something of that nature, this is the time to do it. Because I'm not too bogged down with severe weather, and you want to go ahead and get that package set up now before weather starts to happen in the fall. The other thing too is that if you go to elliscountyweather.com, you're actually going to go to a kind of a landing page of all of the different platforms that Ellis County Weather has, and I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Yeah, so I went ahead and posted that link so that you have that. That's going to show all of our platforms. So it's going to show the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all of those things together. It's also going to show the merch store with the Ellis County Weather merchandise. I'm hoping to add to that soon, if I can get myself to sit down and actually focus on that for 5 minutes. And then there's a couple ways to financially support me as well if you want to do that. Ellis County Weather is a growing business, and the more support I get, the more sponsors and financial support I get, the more time I'm able to devote to this. And I won't go into how that makes sense, but it does, so trust me. There may be some changes coming in later in the year. Yeah. Good changes. Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. Ellis County Weather's not going anywhere. I know the last time I said that, I'm pretty sure I almost had torches and pitchforks out in front of my house. Good changes. I'm not going anywhere. But yeah, go check out all the different platforms that I have. I know some. We just started the Instagram, so we're there. We've been on Twitter. Twitter doesn't really run very often, just because it's kind of separate, platform, that it just doesn't. It's not as cohesive with the other things, and I have limited time, so I'm going to shut up and do what I say I'm going to do. Go ahead and log out, and thank you everybody for joining in. And again, elliscountyweather.com. Go to that landing page, check out all that we got to offer. See you soon.